Hey, what's going on, my friends? This is Solomon. I don't know where I got this from, but it's pretty cool, right? And it reminds me of the time when I had a speech impediment when I was growing up because I was afraid to talk. I had a When I was growing up, I grew up right across the street from low income housing, and also known as a projects. And when I grew up around my friends, well, I developed a speech impediment because I spoke slang, street slang, terrible, terrible street slang. And then when I went home, I spoke Italian. You know, my family's Italian. I was raised by my grandparents. Then I spoke Italian. Then when I went to high school in an all-white neighborhood, not all white, but it was predominantly white. They spoke, kind of, sort of proper English, way better than the way I spoke. And because of that, I developed a fear of speaking. And when I developed the fear of speaking, as a result, it created the speech impediment. So whenever I try to talk to a girl, or even talk to friends, I would always be afraid of how I sounded or what I was going to say. So either I would stutter, or I just won't say nothing, or I developed just a fear of public speaking. Right? And interesting enough, now I'm speaking and broadcasting YouTube videos. But how did I overcome the fear of speaking? Well, there's a quote. I'm not sure who said it, but there is a quote that says, "Do the things you fear, and the death of fear is certain." Do the things you fear, and the death of fear is certain. What I started doing, when I was in South Carolina, I met a man by the name of Mr. Frank Coin, and he was the Entrepreneur of the Year for the state of South Carolina. And this man, he was wealthy, he was successful, he was influential, powerful, and he was the Entrepreneur of the Year for the state of South Carolina with only a sixth grade level education. And when I met this man, he just wowed me, and I was just all every time he say something. And he taught me. One day he invited me to his house, and I went to his house, and he said, "Solomon." And I asked him, I said, "Mr. Coin, how did you do it? How did you become powerful, wealthy, influential, successful? And you did it, and you became the Entrepreneur of the Year for the state of South Carolina." He was probably making during that time, well over $500,000 a month, or I don't know, but it was a lot of money. He was very successful and very well known. In politics, he will always have politicians over his house. And I said, "How did you do it?" And he said, "Let me show you something, Solomon." And he took me into this room. And we went inside the room. He said, what's prominent in this room?" And I said, "Well, it's obvious, your library, Mr. Coin." He said, "Exactly." He said, "You asked me how? That's how I did it. What I needed to do was change my mindset." And he taught me strategies. I had to change my mindset. These little known secrets that it seems like only the ultra rich knows, and only the ultra world-class performers know how to use. These little known secrets, these tricks, these mind tricks that will influence your mind, that will allow you to have that mind over body type, mentality. And when he taught me, I was just wowed because I couldn't believe how simple it was. And at the end of this video, I'm going to teach you just an easy strategy. And then he taught me, he says, the quality of your life is depends on the quality of communication that you give to yourself or that you receive. I said, "What do you mean, Mr. Coin?" He said, "Here's the thing. You see, you have two types of communication. You have the internal communication and you have the external communication. The internal communication is what you say to yourself, what you visualize, what you're always thinking, what you're hearing. That creates an internal dialogue within yourself." I said, "Okay, I understand that." And then he said, "Then there's the external communication." I said, "What's that?" He says, "That's information that it's your physiology. It's your facial expressions. It's your tonality, the way you use your voice, because you can use it very low or you can feel very high. And based on the tonality and based on your voice tonality alone, it could create and stir up emotions. So what he taught me was how to use your physiology, how to use your physiology so you could create the emotion so that you could tackle any problem, so you can overcome any challenge, so that you can just spearhead success. And you could grab life by its throat. That will allow you to become in control of life instead of being controlled by life. And he taught me these simple strategies. And I remember he said that it's emotions that drive the universe. I said, what are you talking about, Mr. Cohen? He said, here's what I'm talking about. You see, emotions causes divorce. Emotions causes bankruptcy. Emotions causes people to foreclose on their properties. Emotions cause wars. I'm like, wow, that's pretty deep. So I asked him, I said, so how do I control my emotions? He said, here's the strategy. One, you got to understand how to use your mind. And he taught me little known secrets of how to use the mind power. And he says, two, you got to understand how to use your physiology. Because once you understand those two, then you can have instant access to any type of emotions that you want to exert in life. I said, so you mean if I learn how to control my physiology, if I learn how to control my tonality, my voice tonality, if I learn how to control the thoughts and what I say to myself, you mean I can control the emotions and the way I handle things or overcome obstacles or overcome challenges? He says, precisely. And it wasn't until, and then from there on, he says, every single day, well, here's the secret success formula. I said, what's that, Mr. Cohen? He said, this is what you need to do. You need to be absolutely clear on what you want. You need to be absolutely clear on what you want, because clarity is power. And then he says something that was just equally powerful. And he says, the next part of the formula is taking massive action. But don't try to do it alone. Model success. And then he taught me how to model human excellence. Find someone who's been doing it, who's been achieving it, who's already got the end result that you're looking for, and just model what they've done. Model how they think. Model how they use their physiology. Model them and model their beliefs. Model their values, right? Once he taught me these strategies, then I realized I've discovered the holy grail to peak performance. All right? Powerful, powerful strategies, right? That he taught me. And I'm just so forever grateful. All right, my friends. Hey, if you like this video, please share this video with your family and friends, and provide comments below so that we can just engage with each other. And remember, also you can look me up in Periscope. All right, and then Twitter, Solomon Wise TV. That's my login there. All right. Until next time, my friends. Thank you for listening. Watch me tomorrow for the next episode. And thank you for watching Solomon Wise TV. Until next time, take care. And remember this before I forget. Remember this. Every day, ask yourself, did I grow? Did I contribute? And was I effective? And if you can answer yes to those questions every single day, I guarantee you're going to create a life of tremendous, of wickedly effective, of tremendous fulfilled life. Until next time, this is Solomon. Take care, my friends.